rockstar.today to get started with your own show. Email bill@rockstar.today. That's bill@rockstar.today. Don't wait.
Can you check if I'm live?
Voice for America. Email
on my
bill
Facebook?
@rockstar.today.
With what could have been a major sale becomes a major statement by the VF Corporation. USA Radio News' Tim Berg has more.
Innovex Downhole Solutions says it was recently denied an order of jackets by the North Face, a popular outdoor recreation company, because they are in the gas and oil business. Innovex, based in Houston, says they were planning on getting each of their employees a Christmas gift. This year it was supposed to be a North Face jacket with an Innovex logo. Instead of sending the company the jackets they requested, the company received a letter from the North Face saying they don't want to support the oil and gas industry in the same way they'd reject something from the porn industry or tobacco industry. Local TV stations in Odessa have reached out to the North Face for comment, but they have not yet responded. From the USA Radio News Phoenix Bureau, I'm Tim Berg.
The North Face produces clothing, footwear, and outdoor equipment, founded in the Bay Area in 1968. This is USA Radio News.
Not popping up.
Working from home? I'm Chad Dodd.
It's live. Check my page.
Some tips for keeping your dog fit.
Check the page, yeah. Check my Facebook page.
15 minutes twice a day and walk.
Oh, well, check my, the Facebook page for the show. Do you have it? Did you?
Letting your dog find it. If you have stairs and your dog is
I don't know if you liked.
walk up and down twice a day.
I'm not sure if I have that.
Or better yet, try a power walk on your terrace or backyard for some fresh air. There are more helpful pet care tips at youmove.com. Spelled YOUMOVE.com.
Country music lost a legend Saturday. USA Radio News' Dan Araki tells us more.
Country music legend Charlie Pride has passed away. The Country Music Hall of Famer became the first black artist to become a member of the Hall and scored 30 #1 singles in his 50-plus year career.
You got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone.
Kiss an Angel Good Morning became his biggest song in 1971 and was his only single to chart on the Billboard Hot 100. Pride won several Grammy Awards and was given a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Country Music Association this past November. He performed his final concert at that award show last month. In his early years, Pride served in the Army and pursued a baseball career for several seasons before committing to music. According to his website, Pride died Saturday of complications from COVID-19. He was 86. From the USA Radio News Ohio Bureau, I'm Dan Naraki.
Charlie Pride was born on March 18, 1934, in Sledge, Mississippi. A Tennessee man has been arrested in the fatal shooting of a Nashville intensive care nurse. Devontae Hill, 21 years old, was charged with criminal homicide in Caitlin Kaufman's death. The 26-year-old healthcare worker was shot during her commute to St. Thomas West Hospital on December 3rd. 14 games in the NFL Sunday. In the early games, Vikings at Buccaneers, Chiefs at Dolphins, and Cardinals at Giants all have playoff implications. For USA Radio News, I'm Lance Pride.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Weekend Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everyone. It's a dark morning here. It's not light out just yet, but we're getting there. Today is December the 13th, 2020. This is the third to last program of the year 2020. And it's the 13th. It's the almost middle of the month. We have 12 days before Christmas. Today is Partridge in a Pear Tree Day. According to the song, this is the first day of Christmas, so Partridge in a Pear Tree. So, I thought everyone would get a kick out of that this morning.
Is this the first day of Christmas? Yeah, it is.
It is the first day of Christmas. Yes, it is.
So what will next Sunday be?
Next Sunday will be the 8th day, and I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since. I think it's 8 ladies singing.
8 ladies leaping.
8 ladies leaping or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. Be sure to report that next week, right?
Yes. So, we have a lot of different stories to talk about today. We have a story out of Texas to talk about this morning. A high school for the hard of hearing. It's a football team that just won a state title. Their first ever state championship for their team, their football team. So we're going to talk about that. We have our sports segment. We are going to congratulate the 2020 MLS champion. I'm not going to say who it is just yet, but I will tell you during our sports segment. I'll leave everyone in suspense on who it is. But it was an interesting game. We're going to talk a little bit about the MBTA today as well. They going to have some service cuts starting on Monday due to COVID-19. We're going to talk a little bit about that. As well, we have some other interesting things going on. We have La Salette that is doing their Christmas lights. And we also have Middleboro that is doing their Festival of Lights as well. That started last night and continues tonight and into next weekend. So we're going to talk about that as well. But first, we're going to say good morning to Don.
Good morning, Joe.
How are you, Don?
Not bad, not bad. A little darker out there, like you mentioned, at the opening of the show.
Yeah, we're getting close to the 21st.
It's going to be a struggle for the next month.
Next
in
Monday.
general,
Yeah.
morning and evening. It's going to be a struggle.
Next Monday is the 21st, which is, I believe, the winter solstice. So
It gets better from there.
and it gets better from there. So
Yeah, 30 seconds at a time.
only 8 more days of it going down.
It's funny.
And
I'm
then
really
open it.
noticing it, like, it's been cloudy and overcast lately.
Yep.
And come 2 o'clock, you just feel it. You know, at 1:30, it feels like you think the sun's going to go down in an hour.
Yeah.
It's like 2:30, and it's just like... I
And
don't
it
know.
already starts getting kind of dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just... It's not, but you get that feeling, I think. I do.
Especially if it's a rainy day.
Well, I'm out delivering heating oil, and you know, I could deliver at night, no problem. But I'd rather not. You know, now it's a big rush to get everything done before I'll get the majority of work done before the sun goes down.
I had felt yesterday that it started getting dark at 1 o'clock.
Oh, we got the rain, right?
But we had the rain, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And they were absolutely right on my phone, because I planned one of my jobs yesterday, and we're looking at it, and it's just like, when's it gonna rain? And it's like 12 o'clock. Well, in Hingham, that's what my job was, my removal job, and 12:08, it opened up. It just finished, just like 4 minutes. I finished the job, and it started raining.
Yeah.
I was like, they're on the money now. So, except for last week when they said we were gonna get snow down in, and we didn't. But
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. As long as they're wrong on the snow, that's fine with me.
All right. Speaking of weather type topics, we're going to talk about the weather.
Talk about the weather, right?
43 currently in Middleboro. It's a little foggy out there. It was foggy yesterday. Extremely foggy yesterday.
Right.
But today, it's a little less foggy. It's foggy, but it's a little less foggy. 61 for the high today, which is very good. Because tomorrow, there might be a mix happening. Because we're going to hit 40. That is it for the high tomorrow. 27 for the low tomorrow. So it's going to be a cold next couple of days. So today is the day to go out, walk around, walk your dog, or walk around the neighborhood. Because 61 degrees for the high today. So it's going to be pretty nice. I don't know if there probably won't be any wind, so that will be a good thing for today. But the next couple of days will be cold, and there may be some snow in the forecast midweek. So that's going to be kind of interesting to watch if we get some snow midweek. I've been hearing some things about a possible snowstorm, but I'm not 100% sure, so I won't go into details. Taunton weather. 42 for the high currently. 61 is going to be the high today. And pretty much the same weather, same temperature, and same weather. Driscoll, Texas, currently 70 with a high of 83. And no rain in sight until next weekend. So this entire week is going to be pretty nice to go out and do some things. In Driscoll, Texas. Driscoll, North Dakota's weather is 18 degrees currently, which is cold. It's just going to get colder. For the low tomorrow night, 6.
I knew you'd be saying those numbers, but
It's
I knew it was only a matter of time before you started to say those crazy numbers. 6.
pretty soon, in a few weeks, I'm going to be saying negative. Yeah, because it gets into the negatives quite frequently during the winter.
Right.
In Driscoll.
Have you ever seen a picture of it? Have you ever gone online and checked the town out a little bit?
It's small.
There's nothing there. I mean, I don't even think they even have a restaurant in Driscoll, North Dakota. And I think they used to. I think they had a little. I was reading up on it, and they used to have a little store, but everyone, they closed it because everyone's going to the IGA or something like that, which was the next town away or whatever.
Yeah.
But the interstate goes right through it. I think it's maybe 40, maybe not. I don't know. I gotta double check it, but I don't know. Maybe we should. I tried calling the town hall. They don't have one. I don't think
they don't.
I don't know. It's just
That's surprising.
Weird. I was weird just trying to figure it out because I think I might have called like at a later time, and I don't know with COVID-19. Who knows?
Yeah, with COVID-19, it could be different.
Nothing's normal. No one's picking phones up.
It could be that the town hall is currently closed.
Well, you know what? You talk about these two little towns, and I'm not sure Driscoll, Texas is little. It's right off Corpus Christi.
It's near there. It's in Nueces County, I believe it's called.
I think you owe the listeners, or we owe the listeners, a little bit more detail about these towns you keep talking about.
Yes, and we will. We're going to.
I think we should dissect them and dive deep into them.
I think we're going to plan a show where I think we're going to plan 2 shows when it comes to talking about these 2 towns.
Yeah, a little segment, right?
Maybe even half a show.
No, I mean, come on, we're middleboro review, not Driscoll, Texas and review. Come on.
I don't know, but I have some ideas
Really?
on how to approach it.
Yeah, I think it's a small approach, right?
Yeah, I have some ideas.
Yeah,
But we'll talk about it when we get to it.
I guess this isn't Driscoll, Texas in review.
No, it's not. But I added the Driscolls.
Your last name has to be Driscoll.
I added the Driscolls because it is my last name, and 2, it's interesting.
I'm just being difficult on this. You can always shut my mic off. I don't know.
No.
I think with a lot of bad news that's been out there lately, I think it's good to joke and have fun on the radio, and it's all good fun. And there's some devastating news that came out of Middleboro, and I think a lot of people know about it without getting into detail. So I'm just trying to keep a heavy heart.
Yeah.
And it's just tragic, especially around the Christmas season. But you just gotta stay focused and be happy and be kind. Yep. This is the time to be kind. This isn't the time to be screaming at people because you didn't get your Christmas present you wanted or something like that. So about the parking. I mean, I went by South Shore Plaza the other night. What pandemic? It was loaded. I can't believe all the vehicles in the parking lot. I don't know. So just everyone just needs to be careful. We want to keep the economy open.
Yes. So it's what time is it? 6. That's not 6.
You got a big clock in front of you. I mean, the clock is
6:18 and 6:18 Central
This
Time.
clock I'm looking at blocks out the sun, blocks out the light back there. So what time is it?
It's 6:18 Central Time. 5:18 Mountain, and 4:18 Pacific. It's 7:19 a.m. Eastern Time.
And 8:18 Atlantic time. You know what Atlantic time is, right?
Atlantic Time
Is like it's Canada, Nova Scotia.
Canada, yep.
Is it Canada? I know it's like Nova Scotia. I'm pretty sure it's Nova Scotia. I could be wrong. Yeah, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and Prince Edward Island, I believe.
For people who are possibly listening to us,
In Prince Edward Island, maybe. Right?
or in London. It's currently lunchtime over there, 12:19 p.m. currently,
Okay.
right now in London.
Having lunch, having tea.
Having lunch.
Afternoon tea.
So, wherever you're listening to us, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to talk a little bit about sports. We have a winner of the Major League Soccer League 2020 championship, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. We have a couple of interesting stories pertaining to sports as well. So, you're listening to Middleboro Review, 99.7 FM, 1530 AM. You can also tune in on TuneIn, 1530 AM WVBF. Also, the Audio Now number, 605-562-7958. And also on our YouTube channel that we have for the show, Middleboro in Review. I am currently uploading shows from past weeks on the channel. It's a slow process with YouTube sometimes. And you can listen to us on the Facebook page as well. So, we'll be right back. We'll have our little sports segment. And also, we'll talk a little bit about the MLB Hall of Fame ballot of 2021, which should be announced at the end of next month. So, we'll be right back here on Middleboro Review for December 13th, 2020. All right. Good.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby.
Okay.
I guess we gotta say something. You guys said it in the back
Defending our country
that
and
way,
freedom.
right?
Yep.
Our focus is to help veteran
We have
care
to- we had
facilities
to
provide
mention
affordable clothing, shelter, and
We would have
guidance,
mentioned something.
or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our main source of aid to families in these communities is the food pantry. Open twice weekly on Wednesday and Saturday, clients can visit the pantry once a month and shop for their groceries. The pantry is open to everyone during the pandemic. Anyone affected by the COVID-19 crisis is welcome to register as a client with no income thresholds. To register by phone, just call 508-947-1717 and leave a message by selecting option 1. Your call will be returned by a volunteer who will add you to our list of clients. For the homebound or others who are self-quarantined, we will shop for you and deliver the groceries directly to your door.
I should mention we have a new program. I'm gonna mention that out of the break. That we have a new program starting. I'll get it.
Make sure you know the name of it, please.
Hi, this is Ray Brown, inviting you to tune in to Talkin' Birds.
Says
a show
here-
about wild birds, birding, and conservation.
It says here the name of the program, the name of this particular program is All on God with Edna Isaac.
Join us for informative interviews and fun information about birds and birding. It's Talkin' Birds.
Not sure if that's going to be the name, but that's
Sunday mornings at
what was
9
sent to me.
Here on WVBF, AM 1530 and 99.7 FM.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WVBF, The Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WVBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
2-0 there. Welcome back to Middleboro in Review. It's the 13th of December, 2020, the first day of Christmas, according to the 12 Days of Christmas song. So, Partridge in a Pear Tree Day, as I would like to say. So, we have a new program that's going to be starting here on WVBF. Hosted by Edna Isaac. It will be on the 10 o'clock hour, and it's going to be starting up. So, tune in for that, 10 a.m., and there will be a new program hosted by Edna
You got
Isaac.
a lot of great programs right after you sign off here.
Yes, a lot of great programs. We have the Bread of Life that will be coming on after us at 8:05 after the news. We have the Rosary at 8:30. At 9 o'clock, Talking Birds, Ray Brown and Talking Birds. Great program for everyone who likes birds and everything about birds. Has a lot of great information, a lot of great guests as well. Actually, one of the most famous spies in movie history, kind of named after a ornithologist. We'll mention that.
Who's that?
It's James Bond.
Roger Moore? Oh,
No, James Bond.
Oh,
James
okay.
Bond.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
And we'll mention that when I have him on my birthdays. For next year at some point. I'm not sure when his birthday is, but I know it's on a Sunday. Or was it his birthday or his passing? I'm not sure, but I'll look back at it, and I know I have it, and I know I'm going to mention his name and a little bit about him when we get to it. So,
And then
we have after that,
Right.
Keys of the Kingdom at 9:30. And then our new program. And then at 11 o'clock, we have Musical Odyssey. Musical Odyssey today. And at 12, we have
Sounds of the Emerald Isle.
39 years.
39 years
Yep.
as a program. It will be on at 12 to 2 o'clock with Jim Larkin. And finally, to finish off the Sunday, we have Stand Up Strong with Ed Miller and Tony Branch.
I love that show. I just love those guys. You know, I just, those two are just like perfect. Ed Miller and Tony Branch, as far as, and it's not boring. Even if you don't agree with them politically, doesn't matter. The show is awesome. It's great. Listen, I love the show. And also, too, I mentioned this before, but Jim Larkin did a tribute to my mother, your grandmother, on one of the shows. It was the October 14th,
October 18th show.
October 18th show. And I will never, ever forget that. Jim Larkin has something in our family's heart for doing that. That was the best thing someone could do for somebody.
And there's so many other great programs.
Yeah, it's just
as well. During the week, we got Chris Keach and his 2-hour program, bringing you all the latest news and other interesting things as well with the morning news. We have Tony Lopes with his program on Tuesdays as well.
Yep.
And also the one Wednesdays. He does Wednesdays as well.
Right.
We have Bob Newhall, couple days a week with his program.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. Yep. Yes.
Right.
And there's so many more. There's so
much, and plus Jeff Santos show.
And the Jeff Santos show, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m.
You told me you really liked working with him last year.
I did.
Yes. Producer.
I did. Yes.
Because talk about his voice is just delicious. As far as a friend of mine described that as far as a voice, as far as a radio voice, it's delicious. It's perfect radio voice, and he has it. He's just been doing it for so long. He's so professional, and I'm sure that show is going to gain some traction. It might get national traction. I mean, it is technically. It does. I mean, who's the people you had on?
It is. There's a couple of stations that have it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to talk to, who are the people you got to talk to? Jesse Jackson.
Jesse
right?
Jackson, yes.
And
Herb Boyd, I believe, was another one.
Right.
There's several.
I mean, he knows a lot of people, and it's a great show to listen to. Still 3 to 6, right?
Yes, 3 to 6 on Mondays through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m.
Great show.
Great program.
So, it's a lot here at WBBF.
And also one of our newer programs as well, the Mara Dolan Show, on Mondays as well, is a great program.
And what about the afternoon show that Bob does?
The afternoon shows,
what's the name of
the marijuana,
the CBD.
The CBD marijuana shows as well are good.
Yeah.
As well.
Right.
So there's a lot of great programming here on WBBF to listen to during.
It's very wide.
Every day.
It's different. It's really good. So just wanted to touch on that. Kind of like a Christmas present for everybody, right?
Yes. Yes. All right. We have a Major League Soccer League champion. And it is a team that last week beat the New England Revolution, and that is the Columbus Crew. The Columbus Crew beat the Seattle Sounders to win the MLS 2020 Cup. 3-0. It was a blowout, 3-0. Great game by Columbus. And they were really good. They had only lost one of their past, I believe it was 14 games. And they deserved this championship. They played really well. So congratulations, Columbus Crew. And we move on to the next season. Or we move on to the off season. And in the NBA, the preseason has just started. For the season. for the upcoming season. The regular season, which starts, I believe it's a week or two away from now. The NHL, I know, starts at the end of next month. I believe it was I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe it's the 27th is when they start, or the 23rd. But we'll look that up again, and make sure to mention the exact date of when the NHL starts. NFL is continuing their slate of games for the season. The Patriots are trying to move along and try to avenge the loss to the Rams. It's going to be a hard next couple of weeks for the Patriots, but I think they can pull out some wins. I don't know about playoffs, but I think they can pull off some wins and improve on the draft a little bit. They might be looking into the draft to improve. I don't know what will happen in the off season, so it'll be interesting to watch that very carefully for the Patriots, the 2020 off season for the New England Patriots. First year without Tom Brady. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are struggling as well, but I believe they will be in the playoffs coming up in a few weeks' time. How far they'll get, I don't know. I do not know. The Steelers, who were undefeated, took a hit because they did lose. They lost their first game and they lost to Washington. So my thoughts on the Steelers is they're not as strong as they looked the first 11 games. They definitely have some weaknesses, and teams are going to try to expose those weaknesses. And this might be a tough next couple of weeks for the Steelers if they can't fix the problems that led them to lose to Washington. But it'll be interesting to watch over the next couple of weeks what's going to happen there. The MLB. Now, the MLB has their Hall of Fame ballot that's been announced. The Hall of Fame ballot for the class of 2021, which will be coming up. They're going to have the induction ceremony on July the 25th. The 2020 class, which included Derek Jeter, Larry Walker, and Ted Simmons, will also be inducted on the 25th of July 2021 in Cooperstown, New York, because they were not able to be inducted this year because of the pandemic. So they will be inducted next year, along with possible others. The 2020 ballot will be, the results of it will be revealed on the 26th of January on the MLB Network. It features 14 players who are returning to the ballot. A possible, this is now a ninth time for players like Curt Schilling, Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds as well, who are extremely close to the needed 75%. I think at least one of these players will get the 75% needed to get in there, to get into the Hall of Fame. And I think that player will be Curt Schilling. I think Curt Schilling will be inducted into the MLB Hall of Fame in 2021. So I think that's my thoughts. I think Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds are close, but I do not think that they will get in. But I think Kurt Schilling will definitely get in. He's at 70% the last time that they voted. So doesn't need too many more votes to get in. Some other players who are on there as well. Manny Ramirez, who has in his 5th year now of eligibility, had 28% last year. And Sammy Sosa on the bottom with 13%. So some of these players, it's going to be tough for them to get in. Like I mentioned, Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, it's going to be tough for them to get in for various reasons. For the reasons for performance enhancing reasons. But Kurt Schilling, I think, could get in this year. He's at 70%. He only needs 5% more to get in. But that is the MLB Hall of Fame for 2021. Again, July 2021 is when they will be inducted. And finally, so in Texas, a school, the Hard of Hearing, their football program won their first ever state championship on Friday. Huge win for the team. They knocked off Veritas Academy 63-32 to win the TAPS Division 1 through 6 man football championship. And it's the first title in school history. So congratulations to the Texas School for the Deaf football team. Congratulations. Huge victory for them. John, what are your thoughts on that particular story? The Texas football team, the Texas high school football team for the Hard of Hearing winning a football championship, their first one in program history.
That's awesome. I mean, you opened up the show with that too, and just goes to show. I mean, even with any disabilities people might have, people can do anything they want, right?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
People can drive.
People can drive, yes.
People can have their own radio talk show.
Yep, and I have a disability.
Right.
Spina bifida, which, if people don't know what it is, it's a disability that affects your spine and legs. A famous person who has it is John Mellencamp. He has it as well.
Right. Never stopped him.
And he never didn't stop him. He's a famous musician. So,
because you always had a positive attitude. I never had a boo-hoo from me, ever, from you. So, you slap the braces on, up in your little car, and you go to work, and you do what you gotta do, and you move on. So, disability is nothing.
Nope.
I think you're more, it just makes you stronger. Makes you more determined.
So again, I want to congratulate the Texas high school football team for winning their first ever title. Congratulations.
I'm looking at this online, and I guess New York State, New York Governor Cuomo is banning indoor dining for New York starting Monday.
Was that just announced, or was that announced?
Just
I think I heard that was announced.
I'm just flipping through the phone. Yeah, I see it so far tomorrow.
During the end of the week, I think I heard something about that. Yeah.
It says New York. Well, NYC. It must be New York City indoor dining. Must be from New York City. Maybe not the whole state. I don't know. I thought that
Who said it? The governor?
Yeah, Cuomo.
I think it would be for the whole state then, right?
I don't know. Well, I guess
because it's coming from the governor.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
That's just my guess. I'm not 100% sure, but since it's coming from the governor, it would probably be the whole state that's affected, but I'm not sure. All right, 7:43 a.m. Eastern time. Not, any other time. It's Eastern. But there is this other time zones as well, like I mentioned earlier.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, get it right.
It's 12:43 p.m.
AM.
British time.
Oh. Now we're just getting goofy. Okay, we got more. Talk about some lights or something.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that when we come back because we have a commercial to do. So we gotta do that. We have to do the commercial, and when we return, we're gonna talk about the Middleboro Festival of Lights. We're gonna also talk about La Salette as well. Also the MBTA a little bit as well. And maybe we'll have an update on 4424, that project that is moving along still. There's been some progress with that as well that I'd like to mention. We'd both like to mention, because that is still a maze of cones over there. But I suspect it won't be for too much longer.
It's getting better.
Yep.
It's not much of a maze now. It's a little bit of a maze.
A little bit of a maze.
Not much of a maze.
And I think the detours are done.
When you start seeing the Jersey berries get lifted out of there,
yep,
especially on the eastbound side, when you cross the bridge, then you see everything just come to life.
Yep.
And then what they do is we'll probably hydroseed the islands, probably.
Yep.
And
because now there's islands between the...
Yeah, and they'll just come in with a hydroseed truck probably, and just hydroseed, and
yep,
you'll have grass next week. It really depends on what the snow is.
Yes, if it does snow this week.
Yeah, then it's gonna slow it down.
Because like I said earlier, and I'm not going to go into details because it's the weather and it could change, but there could be a possible snowstorm. That's what I heard from some people. But
I hope not.
Hopefully not.
Because we got the landscapers who got to get their work done, their lead work done, their yard cleanups, and I'm sure they're gonna be out there. They're gonna be sitting next door, and you're gonna be hearing leaf blowers and raking and people shuffling to get as much work done because they only got a half a day in yesterday. It started raining around, like I mentioned this morning, about 12:30, 1 o'clock. It started raining heavy. So some people do work on that, but not many. So today they gotta be. They're going to have to go for it.
All right, let's take a commercial break. WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. Middleboro in Review, December 13th, 2020. We'll be right back. All right. Good morning, Scott.
Is a place to go to get everything you need for all your winter needs, like fresh cut greens, Christmas trees, winter berries, and much, much more. Visit them today at 556 Wareham Street in Middleboro, or call them 508-947-1598. Again, the number is 508-947-1598.
Hi, this is Chris Keach, host of the Morning Wake Up News on WVBF. Beginning at 7 a.m. weekday mornings, I present a fast-paced 2 hours of the latest local headlines, New England sports, and the 3-day weather forecast. I also liven things up with several featured segments, including little-known facts with Chaz Allen, Our Daily Bread, the Legal Report with attorney Amy E. Feldman, a checkup on health, and a report on your pet's health as well. Jet Williams will bring you the stories behind the scoreboard with Jetstream Sports, and the USA Radio Network has the latest world and
apparently he's not anymore.
So please
Yep.
Apparently that's not Jet Williams anymore. Someone else. I'm not sure who it is.
It's all here at AM 1530, WVBF, and 99.7 FM. We are your hometown radio station.
the same one as the
St.
other one?
Vincent de Paul,
That's the other one.
Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro, serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester.
This is the basic
Our
one,
base of
right?
operations is in the lower level of the
Yes.
parish hall.
And then there's a third one that plays during the week
Oh,
with Ray's voice. Yeah.
Who? Ray's voice?
Ray.
At this time, we serve approximately 500 families in our service area,
That-
and
you
many
put
of
that
them
one
come to
together,
us
too?
for various types of aid.
He put that
This can take many
together.
forms and include many
Was that the
of
first one he
following
sent?
programs.
The first one he sent, he
Utilities
put that
and rent
together.
assistance,
And then I put the other two
fees
together.
referrals,
Um,
clothing and furniture vouchers.
I want to, after Christmas, I'm going to
For more
contact him.
information, Go to SV
Get an interview with him after the first show of maybe the first, second show of the year.
Bless you and keep you
Next
safe.
year. Okay, find 320. Enter. And welcome back to Middleboro in Review. I want to say good morning to Scott from Georgia, who is listening to us on the Facebook Live. So, good morning, Scott. So, let's talk a little bit about the Festival of Lights. Started yesterday. It's taking place at the KOA. It will run for 3 more days. It will run tonight. It will run next Saturday and next Sunday. It'll be, again, at the KOA. There'll be a lot of great lights. It's really a beautiful display that they have set up at the KOA in Middleboro. It will be drive-through only. You're not allowed to get out of your vehicle due to the pandemic restrictions. You're not allowed to get out of your vehicle. It will be it'll be 4 to 9. That will be the times as well. So definitely tonight, if you're able to, go down to the KOA because it's definitely worth checking out the lights because it's a beautiful display. And also, if you're not able to get there today, definitely go next week because it'll be open next week as well, Saturday and Sunday of next week. And also, La Salette in Fall River as well. They are open.
Not in Fall River.
Not Fall River?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Attleboro. I'm sorry. That's
People could be on
Ignore
Fall
me.
River looking for Last Light, and they don't want to.
Ignore it.
I'm not going to be too happy with you.
I'm sorry.
Route 118.
Mental goof today.
Route 118.
It's Route 118. That was a mental mistake by my part. Sorry about that. It is in Attleboro. Sorry about that again. So, in Attleboro, you have La Salette, and that is another beautiful, beautiful display. Definitely, if you have a chance, up until first couple of days in January, they are open till. Take a look. Go down and take a look at it because it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Again, I'm not 100% sure on the restrictions. I think the restrictions are a little less over at La Salette. When we read the thing from the website a couple weeks ago, it didn't say anything about staying in your vehicle.
Well, you can't stay in your vehicle. It's not
Yeah.
set up that way. It's you have to get out.
Yeah.
It's not like the KOA is a campground.
Yeah.
So they could set it up where you could drive around the campground because it's mostly the campground access to all these campsites. So it's you get roads and everything. So Ocelott's different.
Yeah. La Salette is massive.
Yeah, it's huge.
If you go through there, it is absolutely
I think
massive.
it just make you wear a mask and social distance and
Yes.
all
Yeah,
the
that's
aspects on that.
one of the things we mentioned. They will give a warning when it's before, I think there's a time restriction as well.
when it comes to when they have to close for the night as well, and they'll give full warning for that.
Then they shut the lights off.
And they shut the lights off, and then they turn it back on again the next day, and then it's all the way until I believe it's the 3rd. So,
January?
Yes. Right. So, check it out. Go down there, go down to Attleboro and check it out.
There's one thing I want to mention, too, about the festival lights in Middleboro. They changed the traffic pattern, I think, a couple of years ago. And the best way to go, and they have signs, and the signs are pretty cute now. They have a lot more signs than they do. But if you're heading down 44 east or even west, you take a left on Plimpton Ave, which is 105, Plimpton Street, and then Thompson, which is 105. And there's signs, and the signs are lit up like Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, and then you go down Precinct,
right,
which will take you right to the KOA.
Well, it takes you to Summer Street,
yeah,
and you take a left, and you go, I don't know, a couple hundred yards, and that's the entrance
and
to KOA.
KOA is on Summer Street.
But that part of Summer Street's blocked off.
Yes.
Okay? You can't get in and out of that side of Summer Street on 44, even cross.
Yeah.
You have to go out, too.
You have to go out the same way.
Right, but I mean, the signs leading you there on 105, they're like little Christmas lights.
Yeah.
They are.
I've seen the signs. They're
did you
pretty
see
nice.
them? I think there's like 2 or 3 of them, maybe.
They're pretty nice, yes.
And they're lighted. I mean, they didn't have that. They just had signs up. Like now they got these cute signs with the lights, and they're big. And they have a lot more signs than they did last year. So they thought that out big time on the signage. Because the signs last year, I mean, unless you really noticed them, you could go right by Precinct Street and then you'd be lost like in the woods in Middleboro looking for the place.
Yeah.
Especially for people out of town who don't know. I mean, I know everyone's got GPS and all, but still, those roads get dark at night.
All right.
Where are you going?
Real quick, we're about 5 minutes before the end of the show. I want to mention this that I was able to get yesterday. I noticed this yesterday. The MBTA commuter rail service would be cutting by about half beginning Monday. The transit agency announced. But the slowdowns are not related to the MBTA's recent budget woes. It's because too many employees are absent due to coronavirus. Starting Monday, the MBTA will run 246 trains each weekday, down from 541. So that is cut in pretty much half. That typically run, usually it's 541, it will be 246.
They're all empty. I look at them. They're all empty. The parking lots are all empty. No one's taking the commuter rail. I'm surprised they even run in the trains. I think they should just shut the trains down and run shuttle buses.
Yeah.
I really do, because there's no one riding them. There's nobody riding them. I work down the South Shore, and sometimes I get stopped at some of these crossings, and I'm looking, and I'm seeing nobody on the train. And I go by some of these commuter rail stations, there's 4 vehicles parked in the parking lot. So it's a waste of money. They're running the equipment, they've gotten the equipment, they've gotten the brakes, everything. For what? For 3 people?
Yeah.
I think they should just, maybe some line like the Stoughton and Attleboro line, obviously they're not going to shut that down, but I mean, lines out like out here, and people probably won't kill me for saying it, they should just run shuttle buses and just shut them down, because it's a waste of time, waste of it, and waste of money.
And they have shuttle bus options down here as well. They have a whole bunch of bus options down here.
They should, I mean,
down on the South Coast.
I mean, there's no. Well, the South Coast is different.
Yeah.
It's not. The lines you're talking about are established lines already. South Coast is, I don't know, there's something different than the MBTA, I think, isn't it?
The MBT website will have all of these new schedules up on their website. And the slowdowns are going to last until at least December 27th. They could go longer, but December 27th is when they are supposed to end. But
What?
It could go longer.
On the trains?
On the slowdowns, on the service cuts.
There's no one on the trains, Joe.
It could go longer.
There's 4 vehicles in the parking lot.
It could go longer, but right now, December 27th.
I mean, you're running a train,
when
say,
they-
from Greenbush to South Station. You have 8 people on one of those, you know? And I don't understand why they just can't cut the cotton vehicles down and run one engine. They do that in Florida. They run 2 coach and 1 engine. I don't know why they just can't do it here. I don't get it. They gotta run all those brakes. They gotta run the wheels out. They gotta replace them. Someone on them. I don't get why they can't do that. I just don't understand why they gotta run all their equipment. Same to deal with the subways. Subway trains. They run 6 subway cars. 11 o'clock on a Sunday. For what? I mean, they say, oh, we gotta connect them. We gotta respect them. Well, do it. I don't get it. I don't know why they can't do it. When I was younger, they used to take the Red Line cars. They used to have 4. All right, they extended the station length previously to make 6. But you know, after like 8 o'clock or on the weekends, they just ran 2. Two of them, just two cars. You know, and now they should more because no one's really riding the train as much as they used to.
All right, well.
I'd
love to continue this conversation.
Oh, yeah,
I would, but
off, yeah.
we are at that pretty much at that time.
That's when you shut Don's mic off.
Yeah, so we gotta go through the today histories really quick.
Okay.
We have 1636. Massachusetts Bay Colony organizes 3 militia regiments to defend the colony against Pequot Indians. This organization is recognized today as the founding of the National Guard of the United States. And in 2003, the Iraq War, Operation Red Dawn takes place, which is the capture of former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein. 1945, I know we're on to birthdays here. 1945, Herman Cain, American businessman and political activist, passed away earlier this year. Ted Nugent, American singer, songwriter, guitarist, and actor. 1948 on this day. 1948 on this day as well. Jeff Baxter, American guitarist, songwriter, and producer. He has also worked as a defense consultant and chaired a congressional advisory board on missile defense, which I thought was really, really cool. So I wanted to add that on there because I did not know about that. Jeff Baxter, again, today is his birthday. 1952, Junkyard Dog, American football player and wrestler. And on this day in 1962, the 2 birthdays we have on the same day, Rob and Rex Ryan, American football players, coaches. Rob was coach defensive, I believe, of the Saints. I believe he's currently with Washington. Rex Ryan was with the Jets for many years, and also the Bills as well with his brother. He is currently not coaching. He's currently, I believe, a football analyst right now. So, all right, that'll do it. We're way over, so let's go on our way. And
that's what happens when you really talk about the team.
We should talk about it at
the beginning of the show.
But
right.
You know, we had some interesting things to talk about today on the show. A lot of great things. Next week, we're gonna talk a lot about more interesting things.
Right.
Every single week.
We'll find out next week.
Find out next week.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Have a great week. And enjoy the 12 days, the first part of the 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah,
we'll be back. we'll be back. There we go.
Awesome.
Gotta stop going over though.
Has anyone ever said that to you?
No.
No. You get your 3-minute news?
Yeah. Okay. I was just gonna play a couple commercials, but